I don't say really, really good games at the Esports World Cup. Really good performances. Oh no! But meanwhile, I apologize. I did forget to turn on my VPN. God damn it. I was forgetting something. But we're jumping into our fresh best of 3 series and spawning in the top right hand corner of Ghost River. We have our South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Streamer Zone. It is NightMare. God damn it. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat. Meanwhile, I do apologize. As you can see in game, it does freeze every now and then. That is just the connection to the Korean server. I do apologize. For the previous games that we casted, for the Trigger series, for example, I did have my VPN on for that, so everything was smooth. And because we were casting on the America server for Max Packs, I forgot to turn it back on. So I do apologize. Did forget to turn it back on, so as a result, game 1 is going to be a little bit choppy. It's going to be a little bit choppy, but should be fixed for game 2. And onwards as well. So I do apologize. Now we are settling in. It's going to be a 2-gate opener out of herO. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of NightMare as well. And we'll see where our players take us from here. Unlike the previous PvPs that we were casting, there's no one rushing into like a gate expand into a faster nexus. It's a much more different dynamic here than we're used to seeing with Max Packs. He does lead to more unique games just because of his playstyle. Just because of his preferences. We have a unit of choice. It's going to be Stalker Adept out of herO. Likewise, Double Stalker out of NightMare. There we go. Double Stalker out of NightMare. With this in a head-on fight, NightMare he will be able to overwhelm. Meanwhile, herO across the map is going to be just a little bit more middle of the road. Trying to shade across with that initial Adept. And to try to maintain himself. herO does move out. NightMare getting in position. You see herO trying to avoid with the Adept. Trying to skirt around. Last will shade across. You know, NightMare going to be expanding, taking his natural. Likewise, so is herO. Shade is denied. And we can settle him in from here. See the chat. Love the energy you put into casting, man. Good job. Well, thank you, Soul Goodman. Thank you. Thank you. You're a good lawyer. I do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Glad you enjoy the casting. Glad you enjoy it. As herO back at home, going to be going for a Robo opener instead. With a faster Robo can lead into a fast Warp Prism to harass into the mineral line or into early Immortal production. Likewise, NightMare doing the same. Also going for his own Robo. Meanwhile, does realize he's under threat, recalls back home. 3 Stalkers pushing in for herO. Does have Force Fields, does lock down one of the Stalkers. Shield Battery does finish up just in time. Shield Battery is ready, and NightMare will defend. Oh, I say that. Oh my god. Stalker taking a lot of hits. NightMare does hold, forcing herO back. herO turning the tables, catching a sentry, trading 1 for 1. It's going to be a 1 for 1 trade. NightMare saturating his natural. Getting into his own immortals. herO will have a slight immortal lead as his is already halfway done. I say NightMare, let's say herO. herO will have that immortal lead. And NightMare actually going Warp Prism first. Interesting. NightMare has not seen the tech, is actually unaware of what's going on. As herO has his first immortal, second immortal's on the way. No third base yet. NightMare trying to get some scouting information. herO already moving out. He's rallying across the map. NightMare with that War Prism, he can juggle his units, but he does get caught out. The Prism! Oh my god. Prism taking some hits. herO pushing up the ramp. And he does get up. Yeah, Force Field's a little bit too late. Catches out the sentries. Massive pickoffs. Yeah, 2 sentries go down. The 3rd sentry as well. Ay, ay, ay. And here, he can snowball from here. We have a wall of shield batteries on the way, but it might just be too late. herO pushing in. Oh. Does push in, takes out a sentry. Gets 1. Getting into the middle line. Getting a little bit shaky here as NightMare does come in from behind. Catching out the sentries. herO may be overextended, but he does get 13 probes. It does recall back home, saves the Immortal. I think 17 probe kills across the map. Oh my god. 17 probes, losing 6 workers back at home. herO, he defends, he attacks, takes a worker lead. Both players still on 2 bases. So far, it does trade well. Likewise, going for the Immortal drop. He's safe and sound. Bearing in mind, NightMare has no blink, so NightMare can't really threaten the War Prism. Prism shouldn't go down. As herO gets a Stalker. Gets another probe. Gets 2. Gets 3. Yeah, 3 more probes going down. Oh my god. herO, calm down. Almost overextends. Back at home, herO could just try to expand. I mean, he's still ahead economically. Doesn't need to yet. NightMare hasn't expanded either. Going for his own counter drop. herO working towards blink. herO is setting up. Frame drops only on my side. No, that's it's our connection to the Korean server. So that should be fixed for game 2, but I do apologize here for game 1. Oof. I did forget to turn on my I forgot to turn on my VPN for game 1. So I do apologize. Still apologize. Prism does get away. And again, herO, he gets 3 more probe kills. Still maintains his economy. Can now take a 3rd. Building up more Immortals. And herO opting not to expand. He's just building up. He's just getting ready for one massive move out. The Prism! Oh my god. Calm down. Prism does escape just barely. On 2 HP. Ay, ay, ay. War Prism will get away, and here we go. herO, he's moving out with a massive army. He's up 20 supply. 20 army supply. The move out is spotted. NightMare, he won't have the Immortals to defend back at home. He's going to have to recall. For now, dropping into the main. Risky move. And what is it to defend? There's 1 Immortal. Shield batteries weren't rebuilt. They're still being made. Ay, ay, ay. herO, he's going in. Catches a sentry, blinks away. Immortal drop into the main. But there's a defensive weapon available as well. The Prism, no! Prism goes down, 2 Immortals, and there's almost nothing left. Ay, ay, ay. NightMare loses too much. Massive Force Field shuts down the Immortal, gets both Immortals. Boys are being pulled. There's the overcharge. But there's barely an army. GG gets called, and herO will take game number 1. GG. And I will very quickly turn on my VPN. Hold on. 1 moment. And we should be good to join. Okay, there we go. Whew. There we go. We're getting ready for game number 2 again. herO does take a lead. Again, it was a very interesting game. Both players opening up quite similarly. Both players opening up Robo, of course, but herO was able to take the advantage early on. If you recall, even though both players opened up Robo, herO went for faster Immortal production, and NightMare went for a faster War Prism instead. As a result, with the initial move out here, he was able to get an economic lead, was able to shut down the initial sentries, the Stalkers, get economic damage, and he just kept the pressure up, kept the pressure on. Did snowball out of control, and now we're getting to game number 2. And spawning into the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss. Look at how smooth it is. Look at that. So again, I apologize for the frame drops in the last game, but here, no issues, no problems. We have, representing Weibo Gaming, it is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Protoss player from South Korea, representing Streamer Zone, it is NightMare. But yeah, basically, when casting events like this, and whenever we switch from like Korea to America to Korea to America, depending on which players we're casting, I do have to like turn my VPN on and off and on and off and on and off again, depending on what region we're in. So because we were casting Max Facts earlier, I forgot to do so for game 1. But now it should be fine for game 2. Should be fine. This is where like I jinx myself and like I DC out or something. No. Could happen, could happen. What have I done? As this is going to be a 2-gate opener from NightMare, likewise 2-gate opener from herO. Openers all around. And we saw in the previous game this led into a bit of a different dynamic with herO opening up Stalker Adept, but I would not be surprised if we open up Stalker Sentry instead this time. Go for a different approach. So probe does dip in. Let's try to get a read of what's going on. Does get eyes on the second pylon. Same can be said for NightMare. And we have our units of choice. NightMare once again opening up double Stalker, and herO opening up, this time, double Adept. Now, the goal of these Sword Adepts is to bypass the initial units of NightMare, to get past them, to get into the mineral line, and to threaten those workers. At the same time, it's going to be on NightMare to catch the Adepts. When herO, he's doubling down. He's not just opening up double Adept, he's opening up double Adept and a Stargate as well, going for Oracle Harass. It's going to be Adepts plus Oracles to get economic damage. As a result, the expansion is going to be more delayed for herO. Likewise, so is the tech. This typically leads into a Robo into Immortal production just because Blink is going to be so late. We'll see how this turns out, how this unfolds. As NightMare moves out and is getting ready for his expansion. So again, NightMare initially will have the better economy with a faster expansion, but that's where the Adepts and Oracles come into play. That's where herO is looking for economic damage. Adepts are moving out. Stalkers hunting down the probe. They're out of position. Uh-oh. They're not at home. Chasing down that worker. Adepts, they threaten to shade, but NightMare, he does wall off in time. Ooh, just barely. Does wall off. herO still gets 1. He gets 2 probe kills. Not bad. Will shade away. Will attempt to. Oh. Will shade in the end. Does manage to escape. Stalker's still on the map. And the Oracle has arrived. Looks like herO, he does manage to get out. Does manage to escape. Oracle making its way across the map. Is caught out by the Stalkers. Very nice hull damage here on the Oracle. Oh my god. Sentries as well. NightMare forced to recall back home. Adepts, they do shade across the map, getting another probe. Doing another worker. Adepts still alive. Getting very nice damage here out of herO. It's nothing major, but damage nonetheless. Does preserve his units. But back at home, NightMare, he gets in. That should not have happened. 3 probes go down. Just like that, NightMare maintains a worker lead. All it takes is one wrong moment, one wrong step. And that can cost you the game. So NightMare takes the lead. herO reinforcing with more Stalkers. herO has been cutting some worker production in favor of this, and NightMare is going to be down in army. Oh, no shield battery. No shield battery on the low ground. Adepts, they distract the main army, and herO, he hits the natural. And going for the mineral line. Gets 5 probes. What did I say? 5, getting up to 7, 8, 9. Oh my god. Almost 10. Force wheels, they do slice up the army. They do catch 1 Stalker. 2 for 1. Better trade for NightMare, but he did lose 9 probes. Once again, NightMare trying to look down the army. herO does have to get the hell out of here. Does pull away. The stasis. Ooh. Catches out the Stalkers. herO does survive. And the Oracle comes back in. herO, he just walks past the army, going for the mineral line once again. herO, he wants the sentry. He wants it. He'll settle for some probes. Gets 2 more probes. Pulls away. Stasis about to run out. herO recalls back home. Very nice damage here out of herO. Oof. And as the dust settles, herO does take a worker lead. And NightMare went behind. What do? We Dark Shrine. We go for the DT. We pull up max packs. Dark Shrine has been thrown down. So far, herO has not scouted. You can see NightMare looking for the Oracle as well, attempting to hunt it down. Is being active. Is looking. Likewise, back at home, herO has yet to take a 3rd base, just throwing down additional gateways, making sure he's secure. Oh! Nice blink. Oracle falls. Now, what's important here, it isn't just the Oracle falling, it also means that herO does not go back into the main, and he does not scout the Dark Shrine. If the Oracle was alive, potentially he could have gone in. He could have gone in, he could have scouted. On top of that, without the Oracle, no revelation. No revelation here, but there is an observer. There is detection, at least 1. Now, herO could always recall it back home if need be. Proxy gateway is being set up to reinforce across the map. And herO, he might end up having to recall, we'll see. See how many DTs get warped in as well. Both players expanding, both players taking a 3rd. Dark Shrine is done. He scouts! No shot! herO with the probe scout does confirm. The observer is still actually sieged. Gateway's gonna be shut down. DTs are revealed, going for the Immortal. Not a bad pickoff. Immortal goes down. Massive pickoff. herO is in trouble. Nice blink, catching out the Stalkers. NightMare picking herO apart. herO does not get the Archon. He does reinforce with more Stalkers, catching out NightMare, at least trying to. But still pretty efficient pickoffs here from the Red Protoss. Getting Stalkers, getting the Immortal. He was hoping for economic damage, but still not bad. herO rotates back around. NightMare pushing forward. As herO is distracted, NightMare trying to come in from behind, going for a depth harass. Alas, herO does spot this. Will respond. herO working towards charge. Force +1 as well. I mean, both players' armies are comparable, but NightMare, he has not started charge of his own. Just purely blink Stalker into Immortal. Very gas-intensive army. Charge should soon be on the way for our Red Protoss player. Soon. As here is fully saturated. Throwing down more gates. Getting a 4th base as well. Ay, ay, ay. herO will force NightMare back. Let's force him back. NightMare looking for another way and does catch some transferring workers. Not bad. Probes are going down. herO out of position. Getting up to 5 probe kills. herO trying to catch out the army. And picks up a couple of Stalkers. NightMare still has not resourced charge. At this point, I don't think it's intentional. Those are slow lots, and I don't think they're not meant to be. They're not meant to be slow. And so lots of trickling in. Charges coming in for herO. And he's going to be able to overwhelm. herO pushing on through. I mean, the Zealots are still tanking some shots. True. Prism has arrived. Archon goes down. He's going for a massive warping of Zealots. And Zealots do just such an amazing job of just tanking shots. herO, he wants the Immortals. Force fields do keep him back. Not bad. NightMare holding on. Immortals are exposed. First Immortal goes down. herO, he gets one. He gets two. But it does cost him a lot of Stalkers. NightMare does take the fight. Breaks through the Zealots, takes down the Prism. And herO has to back off. herO, he's forced back. He lost a lot in that fight. Again, the force fields were brutal. I mean, they were quite heavily in favor of NightMare. There we go, charge, now halfway done. NightMare quickly rushing into it. Rushing into charge lots, getting into +2. I believe NightMare, yeah, he did keep his Immortal counts looking quite healthy. Still with 2 Immortals. herO instead going to try and supplement with mainly charge lots. I mean, both players are. And neither one has teched into a Temple Archives yet. There we go. Temple Archives now on the way for herO, for Archon production. But there is a window. There is a window where herO does not have Archons, and NightMare can take advantage of that. With a massive amount of Zealots. NightMare rotating around, catching out more Zealots as well. 3 Zealots go down. herO trying to be active. Trying to catch out NightMare. Jesus, so many Zealots here. Checking the units tab. 26! 26 Zealots here for NightMare. Ay, ay, ay. The Archons are ready. NightMare is pushing. Meanwhile, from the side of herO, no Archons yet. Without Archons, I'm not sure if herO can actually hold on. Yeah, I'm not so sure. NightMare rotating around. Going for the third. Zealots, they dive in. Now we do have shield batteries. We have an overcharge. Overcharge is popped, but Stalkers, they get caught against the Zealots. Again, no Archons to defend. NightMare, can he break through? I mean, the overcharge, it puts in a lot of work. herO, he's holding. I don't think he can fight this head on. Not without the help of his shield batteries, but he does hold on. herO still down in army supply. NightMare trying to force the army out. Rotating over towards the third. herO is keeping up. Now has morphed in his first Archon. First Archon has arrived. Just the one, though. It's a delicate dance. NightMare doesn't want to throw away too much. And pushes into a concave. NightMare has to back up. And now here he has a comparable army size. Still has to respect those Archons. So NightMare, he has got 4 of them with his army. But he is forced back. Again, just really patient play out of herO there. Always fighting within range of his shield battery, with a concave as well. Never chasing NightMare. And herO, he's recovered. He has since recovered. There was a period where he was like down, what, 20, 30 army supply. But he's built back up with a healthy Immortal count. More Archons. This could still go either way. herO has not started +3. +3 is almost halfway done for NightMare. That can be a deciding factor. As herO bleeds out Zealots. At the same time, pushing on the right-hand side. NightMare does respond. And NightMare catches out the Stalkers. He's got plenty of Archons to defend on the left-hand side. Neither player going to Disruptors or anything crazy like that. Just charge Archon. gateway-based armies. Speaking of here, he is breaking through. He's coming in from behind. Yeah, he comes in for a flank, and NightMare, he's out of position. The Archons know where they need to be. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah, NightMare, he had his army split in half. That was a better engage here for herO, but the rest of the Archons have arrived. herO has to respect it. He has to back off. Yeah, that's a lot of Archons. Aye, 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 aye. herO pulls away. Does save his immortals. Falls back to his shield batteries. Still has to play careful. Nice Archon volleys on those Zealots. And just NightMare, he's so heavily Archon based here. Gets caught out. One Archon goes down. Zealot hits the fourth, sorry, hits the fifth. At the same time, NightMare, he goes for the center expansion as well. Yeah, catching herO out of position. The base is going to be going down. herO, he has to back off. Takes down the Zealots. Does get the expansion. Trading base for a base. But herO, he's stuck on the wrong side of the map here. He's forced to fight away from the shield batteries. And a massive fight in favor of NightMare. He catches out the Immortals, and that's it. That's all that herO had left. The Immortals, the Archons. The hero's out positioned. GG gets called, and NightMare will take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played again. herO, he just found himself in a really awkward position. He pushed on the right-hand side, so he found himself on the other side of the army, away from his own shield batteries, away from the overcharge. We saw that that's how herO was able to take these fights, with the help of his stack defense. But he was out position there at the end, and NightMare did pull him apart. GG. GG, well played. We're going to game 3. We are going to the ace match. Let's go. And we'll see how this story ends, as we're loading into Golden Aura. Let's go. And this could still go either way. Here we go. herO outpositioned himself. There was some outpositioning happening. You're not wrong. Did overextend. If you recall, I don't think it was an intentional bait, but basically everything turned south. If you remember, NightMare, he had 2 Archons that were lagging behind because they were like a late warp in, and herO, he caught the Archons by moving out on the right hand side, but that did drag his army out into the open, and it allowed NightMare to come in from behind and get on top of the expansion. So that was the moment there where herO thought he was catching some Archons, and he was, true, but wasn't quite worth it, as he moved his entire army over to respond to that. And here we go. We're getting into the ace match, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Red Protoss player, representing Streamer Zone from South Korea. It is NightMare. Here we go. Here on 3 gases. Yeah, this is basically in PvP, there is this swarm toss style where you stay on 3 gases for a very long time. The idea, the hope at least, when you're staying on such a low gas count, is that you preserve your gas units. So over time, you preserve and you build up your immortal count and your Archon count. And because you're on so low gases, you reinforce with like wave after wave of pure Zealot. As we saw, NightMare did adjust. He was doing the same thing. He was doing the exact same thing for the most part, but NightMare did take an extra gas geyser at his 4th base, if I recall correctly, which is why NightMare was able to afford so many more Archons, because he did take extra gases. It was just going more Archon heavy. Basically, NightMare had identified that herO was going like mass charge, like he was staying on low gases, going mass charge lots, and NightMare, he did respond by going into a heavier Archon count instead. Here we go. So we are going to be settling in, and so far 2 gate opener. 2 gate opener out of NightMare, likewise 2 gate opener out of herO. And we We have a use of choice, going to be double Stalker against double Stalker. And this time the turns have tabled. If you recall, last game, it was herO that opened up double Adept into Stargate, into Oracle production. This time, NightMare, ooh, never mind, did open Stargate initially, but he cancels. Okay, does cancel the Stargate instead, opting to go, I imagine, for a faster expansion. Does open up double Adept behind this. herO opening up Robo. Does go for a Robo over instead. And NightMare is going to go for the faster expansion. So as a result, NightMare will have the better economy, but I'm concerned. I'm very concerned because herO is not expanding. That is not just a Robo, that's a third gateway. One base all in. herO is going for the one base all in, and NightMare happens to be going for a greedy build with the faster Nexus. Oh boy. Okay. We'll see if NightMare can survive this, as he went Nexus before Tech. I mean, he was going Stargate, but did cancel it in the end. Did think better of it. And I'm concerned. NightMare still trying to figure out what's going on. Still has not scouted the lack of expansion. War Prism's on the way. Adepts have arrived. And NightMare, he needs to scout, and he will. The Adepts, they should confirm the lack of Nexus. Oh, they shade into the main. Even better. Kind of. Shade into the main base, getting some economic damage. They scout the Tech, they scout almost the gateway. But NightMare, he doesn't see the gateway, but seeing all those Stalkers is a tell. He should know. We need shield batteries. We need shield batteries, we need to hold, we need to defend. herO's moving out with the all-in. NightMare has one shield battery so far. Is going for a Robo response for Immortal production. I would feel more confident if there was a second shield battery, not gonna lie. I'm a little bit concerned. As Adepts get into the mineral line. herO reinforcing. 2 probes go down. herO, he's pushing in. And that shield battery is exposed. Shield battery is going to be targeted down. Nice juggling so far. Shield battery pulse, no overcharge. The force fields. The force fields are brutal, and NightMare, he's locked out of his natural. He's stuck in the main. Immortal has arrived. With the help of the Immortal, can NightMare hold? Adding auto DPS, but there's another warp in. herO pulling back, takes out the Stalker. There's 3 units left here for NightMare. Yeah, 1 Immortal, 1 Stalker, 1 Adept. The Sentry warps in a little bit too late. Oh, nice force field though. Does zone away the Stalkers. NightMare, he holds onto the main. What about the natural? The Immortal does survive. herO warping in sentries, he can force field the ramp. Second Immortal has arrived as well. And NightMare, he might lose the natural, but remember, herO's one base all in. The natural's not the biggest loss for NightMare. He can still hold. He can still survive. herO, oh my god. Going for the pylon. Stalkers are so low. Oh, does get it. Pylon goes down. NightMare going for a counterattack. He's crazy. Setting out Adepts. Oh, he thought about it. There we go. He does drop the Adepts off. They're making their way across the map. NightMare does defend. Loses the natural. herO pulling away. And herO is attempting to expand. He's trying to transition out of this. The Adepts have arrived. The wall is wide open. No! The Adepts! They could have got in. A bit of miscontrol there to NightMare, a little bit distracted. The Prism gets into the main. Probes are going down. Likewise, those Stalkers going to be left on their own. And herO's controlling across the map, trading with the army. Oof, Immortal goes down. Nice control out of NightMare. No! The Prism goes down! With both Immortals! Not like this! The Prism falls! That was what? 2 Immortals? Yeah, 2 Immortals do fall. NightMare losing almost everything. He's got 1 Immortal left. And no expansion. Aye. He's on 1 base. He's down in army. GG gets caught. A brutal loss for NightMare. Losing the full War Prism. And herO will take the series at 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO will take the series. was a very intense game number 3 there. Could have gone either way, to be honest. There were definitely good moments for NightMare. If you recall, there was that moment where he could have even counterattacked across the map, shading into the mineral lines. He was defending his main base, but things got very chaotic. There was a lot going on across the map and back at home, and in the end, herO, he did shut down the aggression. Did snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. herO does advance on into the semi-finals, and the question becomes, what are we casting? Let's find out. Where is Wardi? What's going on, Pappy? Wardi, he is in game 2 of Solo versus Bjorn, so we will either be jumping into game 3 or into the semis. As I mentioned before, the semi-finals are held. So quickly switching our scenes over,